Episode 1, Lorn's Lore. This will be the first series that I'm recording and hopefully uploading in October, in the spirit of creepy games for Halloween. Of course, this isn't really a horror game, but I, from the trailer, thought that the setting seemed more or less creepy enough to fit the spirit of the season anyway. That, and it was short enough that it would help me get to other games that I want to fit into this month. I don't really know anything about this game, other than the trailer itself and a few recommendations online, as well as the general idea of how long it might take to beat. I actually don't even know if the main character or android or whoever is Lorn themselves or whatever. There were other games that I wanted to play this month, but I moved this one to the front after some recent events. Full disclosure, I saw Parkour Civilization and got the itch to do some parkour myself. This game isn't exactly parkour, but it was close enough. I guess we'll see that if I start here. Huh. Chapter select. I've only booted up the menu one time, but it seems like there's already a save file, or what is this? Oh, I see. I thought these were different save files. It's just different chapters. I had some trouble getting my setup ready for this, but I think we're finally starting. It was a beautiful place. But I still felt trapped. So I searched everywhere for a way out. And while camping on the outskirts of my home colony, it found me. It opened the door, and I followed it into an abyss. Then it disappeared. I have been lost down here for 253 years. In a place I'm not supposed to be. I need to find the ghost again before my energy core expires. It's all I have left. There is no going back. I see this is going to be a kind of intuitive tutorial. Well, I assume we're playing as Lorn. Either way, whoever this is, you and I are going to be partners from here on. Oh dear. Well, I'm playing on controller. What would T be? There is no T on the controller. That can't be a mistake. Supports controller input, so... Well, I guess it's a relatively new game, so maybe this wasn't bound for some reason. There doesn't seem to be anything on this button. Hopefully that works. No, that's the pause button. I'm going to need to actually think this through. Oh, I see. Pressed a different button, but T is actually bound to the share button, which is to say, it was already thought out. If I were to press it now, I see. I should have tried pressing all the buttons before I went into that. I had some trouble setting up my controller for this, but it seems to be working out just fine. Suppose I didn't start with my usual disclaimer. These videos aren't really made for entertainment, so if you're looking for perhaps something more entertaining, I imagine there are probably other series out there for this game. These videos are mainly just for me to enjoy at a later point in time, while also practicing talking into a microphone and expressing my own thoughts. I should be looking for a way down. Does seem like there are these collectibles, though. Have I missed my chance? If I hold down this button, all the way back at the beginning then. And I guess I should be careful about which jumps I make if I want to get these collectibles first try. That or give up on the idea of getting them all the first try. I'll probably go with the latter. But if it's something that I can see this early on, I might as well go for it. You can hear them. Sparkling, or something. Oh dear. Maybe that's just the ambience of the system here. I think I'm doing something wrong with the mantling. Maybe I have to be looking up for that to work. How did I get it the other time? Was it just an accident that I got it? No, it's actually meant to go up here. It does seem like it. I missed this tutorial the first time entirely. Well, I guess it's a good thing I came back. Encircle Uzu slowly. Well, I thought like it might be like Minecraft in that it doesn't let you go off an edge. But I guess it's just for moving slowly. Now the jump I suppose I was supposed to make was here. Or not. If I were back on this pipe, maybe I could have jumped around that corner. Maybe with enough momentum. Oh, this is a rather embarrassing first showing. I guess I'll give up on it. With my current skill level, I'm too stupid to be able to figure out how to get that. Maybe I'll come back and see if I learned anything. The HUD seems to indicate when I will die from a fall. The brackets surrounding the center triangle, when there are 3 brackets, that appears to be lethal. Actually, wasn't there a sprint button somewhere in the menu? Well, L1 is dash, but I don't seem to have that yet. Safety hut. These are used by explorers that travel into the megastructure. They are built for extreme longevity, but this one is showing signs of wear and tear. Material analysis suggests it was built 534 years ago. Exit log colony 8.6.15. I forgot some equipment in the last base camp. I'm going back to get it. Edexa, if you're reading this and you've come back with Krasuo, I've left some food for you inside. I may need to synthesize more soon. Food. Do these androids eat food, or is this perhaps another species? Organic. Small wind turbine power generator. You must be using the strong draft in here to power the electronics in and around the HUD. Where's the draft coming from? There's no way to open this door. It's locked by a cryptographic key. Hope the owner remembers the password. Seems like we're mostly going down in this first stage. That probably makes sense for a introductory or tutorial level. Can't really fail too hard at going down. Well, I say that, but I failed several times over trying to get that collectible. It's easier failing down than failing up. Oh, failing when trying to go up. And I guess it gives you an idea of how much fall damage you can take before you die. Pretty good design, I think. No sliding, I don't think. I'd like to turn that to toggle. There's an option. Toggle crouch. And toggle walking, because it's hard to move the camera while holding the circle button. That should be fine. We'll see how all the sensitivity works from here. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be doing this on camera. I didn't have the time to check the controls before I started. Can I put this crouch on something else? Something that's more easily reached when I don't have my finger on the left stick. There seems like it'll be useful. I guess I'll be using scan quite a bit. Dash and grapple obviously important. Interact important. Zoom. What about circle? Slow down might be more important, so... Let's say I put picture mode on the down on the D-pad. Put crouch on triangle. Put zoom on up on the D-pad. Now I can move and then press crouch. I won't be able to aim while doing that. Not easily anyway. Zoom doesn't seem like I'll have to be running around while doing that, so... I think that should be fine. Whatever picture mode is, I guess that just removes the HUD. I suppose that's pretty good to know. Why am I... Ah, circle. The wall. I think I've sufficiently acclimated to the basic controls. I think we're probably in the real game now. waypoint hints. I was wondering what this meant in the controls menu. Look around to spot it and make your way there. After reaching one, you need to press right again to show the next one. I don't really plan on using hints too much. Hopefully I can make it through without using them, but as a test of what this looks like. Alright. I think we'll keep it off until we really feel stumped. In a lore sense, it probably doesn't make too much sense from what I can tell to have those waypoints if Lorn or whoever we're playing as is lost as they say they are. So really we're just wandering around this structure based on our own intuition and where we can possibly go. This place was called the Wall, but which part of this is the wall? Is it this wall here, or the wall over there? Or perhaps I'm to take it to mean that we're inside of a wall. That's probably what makes the most sense. Alright. I thought we were actually in it now, but there's one more change I have to make. This probably renders the video unwatchable with all the changes to the controls, but that's not really my priority with these videos. The most important change that I could do, that I wasn't really thinking about, changing jump to a bumper. I am a bumper jumper in most games that I can change it to, for the sole reason of being able to aim with a control stick while also jumping. L1's currently bound to dash, which will of course be important, so I'm gonna have to think about what these other buttons mean. Scan is potentially something I don't need to keep on one of the triggers, with how important the triggers are for keeping my finger on the left stick. If I move jump to L1, I would move dash to something else. Perhaps we would move dash to R1, but R1 is currently nothing. Do I have nothing on R1? Huh. Doesn't seem like it does anything right now unless I haven't unlocked that yet. If I do that, will it tell me that I'm replacing something? R1 is fine. Okay, in that case, I will put dash on R1 and jump on L1. Easy. I'm not sure why R1 wasn't already being used. That's much better. Hopefully that'll be the last change I have to make. Now if I didn't have the hint, that would definitely be something to look forward to, or look to as a goal. Whatever is going on over there. Is that a skull? Actually, I know what those are. Those two items right there. Present from the trailer and also in the main menu screen. Will we survive this? Probably. An observer that has fallen to their death many years ago Observers are explorers that leave their home colony to document what is outside. They return at a rate of approximately 0.23%, and the ones that do often have important findings. This one is from a foreign colony of unknown origin. There's a strange mass of mold growing in their suit. Fungal. Gross. I would have scanned these pickaxes if I thought to. Unfortunately, I didn't. Can I? No. Well, it's too late now. I guess pickaxes are bound to L2. And that mysterious bar at the bottom would be our stamina, which seems to only decrease as we move. There's no problem standing still, or sitting still on the wall. Well, a whole new world has opened up for us with these pickaxes. But looking around, I think the only way we can continue is over this way. I guess this next part is giving you a sense of how long your stamina lasts with the pickaxes. We could make our way down probably over there. Or maybe that's too far even with the pickaxes. Guess we'll just continue this way for now. Not sure if that would have killed me. Maybe. For now, the safest way down seems to be this way. Oh, there's definitely something over there. That might be the way forward. I guess this could be too. Judging by that ledge, I think we could make it down there with the axes. Or there could actually be a drop. I can see why the hint system might be very important. This degree of freedom. It's hard to say if you'll know exactly where to go every time. But I like the idea of using the zoom feature to gain an understanding of your surroundings and where it would make sense to go. It doesn't seem to be the way forward. It does seem to be worth scanning. Hello? Maybe this was the intended way forward, in a way. Or at least one of the intended ways forward. seem to lose some stamina when dropping down. I'd think that would make sense when jumping off the wall, but wouldn't have thought dropping down would cause us a loss in stamina like that. I think we'll make it. The initial latch onto the wall doesn't seem to cost any stamina. Dropping, and then latching on again, only loses stamina when dropping. When you're out of stamina, you can't latch onto the wall, so gotta be careful when dropping, if it's going to consume the last of your stamina. Have I screwed myself over? I'm getting over there. I don't think so. No, we can definitely make it. I guess until I know any better, I'll call the main character Lorn. What have we got here? I've been lost for 672 years, 204 of which I've spent here, tapped into this power source. My frame is now lacking enough oil to move through the structure safely. There is nothing left for me. I can't cling onto this power source any longer. I've decided to see the bottom. Based on that time frame, it sounds like the people in that shelter we saw during the scan tutorial were probably androids as well, even though they talked about synthesizing food. I assume there are androids that eat food. That or there are both organic beings and androids living side by side. But I'm just going to assume androids. Do. An unknown entertainment device. ls-l. Etch.exe, duo.exe, hollowhead.exe. htbl.exe, ktkoth.exe. Some references, probably, that I don't get. Maybe the developer's previous games, or references to other games. Well, I'm not sure what good this did me, if any. Oh dear. When you're falling too fast, you cannot latch onto the wall. Well, I guess this place counts as a checkpoint. I tried to jump around and latch on, but I guess the safer thing would have been to latch onto this wall and climb around. But I can't seem to do that. In any case, this certainly isn't the way forward. I think after all, I'll have to head over there. Yes, looking at this structure, perhaps this was the way we had to go after all. There's a natural overhang, well, not natural, a overhang, manufactured or otherwise here, which you wouldn't be able to use the pickaxes when climbing down if you were trying to make your way to that pipe over there. You had to make your way over here so that you could climb down this wall and make it to those pipes over there. And then make your way to those bigger pipe structures. I made the same mistake. can't just drop down all willy-nilly. The better way to conserve your stamina might be to just climb downwards, rather than drop and hang. I hear the sparkling of a crystal. You can hear them from pretty far away. I missed the first one, but hopefully I have enough understanding of the game to get this one at least, around 40 minutes in. That's just the situation. If you haven't clicked away already, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to be playing very slowly at my own pace. In order to get that crystal, we either have to climb along this wall and have just enough stamina to reach there, or, more likely, we have to climb our way up from the pipe over there. I think the way forward is probably along this wall, then down, onto that ledge, then up the wall and onto the pipe. As it stands, I don't believe I have enough stamina to go along the wall all the way to the large pipe, but we'll see. Perhaps there was enough to make it to the crystal after all, if you were smart. Will this kill me? I think it will. Damn. Well, I'm afraid I've gotten Lorn killed several times over with my bad judgment. My initial plan probably would have been the best route to take. All part of the learning process, I suppose. Actually, do we have enough stamina to get up there? Hey. It's a thing. Are you the lure? It doesn't seem to be moving right now. Or, moving laterally anyway. Hopefully I have enough time to figure out this crystal situation. I think we can make it. Yeah. Still getting a sense for how much stamina is worth in terms of distance. Oh, I see. I could have climbed to that pipe instead, rather than going all the way down. Can't latch onto that. Maybe only certain surfaces or less sloped surfaces than that. This is a tight fit. But we fit. We'll have to jump over to the other one though. I hope my bad judgment doesn't get you killed again. Okay. Can't scan it. Or at least I was too slow to scan it. Oh, we definitely want to make our way over there. But how? Oh dear. This is more than I bargained for. Okay. Gotta be careful about which inclines will make me slide. I should have guessed. Outgoing activity log, colony 8.6.15. I think that's the same number as the first colony log we saw. We've parted ways from Dafa. He's going to try and find another route for our supply line, since the old one caved in. We're going to map the vents, explore the structure below us, and see how far we can go. If you come across a distress signal, you need to stop the airflow before you can follow us down. The vent controls are near the fan in the tunnel nearby. Good to know. Which tunnel? Somewhere over there? Over here? Can't scan this structure itself like the last one, nor can we scan the fan, it seems. These containers also not scannable. A long-distance communication device. Distress signal active. Location tag failed biome. Distance 300 miles, I assume. Navigation instructions: find your way down to the lowest feed pipe, down the largest feed pipe, past the small biome cluster. The vent controls are near the fan in the tunnel nearby. Again, down the largest feed pipe, past the small biome cluster. Got it. Then there'll be a tunnel nearby. Cans that I assume androids can eat out of. Gasoline for machines other than the androids, I guess. Beds for androids. And lockers that I don't think I can open. Actually, square was the interact button, wasn't it? Yes, it was. I haven't been trying it, but I guess there hasn't been anything to interact with yet. Yeah, I see you. You want me to go that way, huh? It does seem like platformable geometry, but we're headed over there. See if we can do a controlled descent along this cable or pipe. Oh. Okay. Now we're here. I'm gonna have to jump over there. I think. I can't latch onto it. I did that wrong. Be a little bit more daring. Is it because this is inclined that I can't latch onto it? We'll give it one more shot. Can't latch onto it. How far down can we go? Not very far. Otherwise, the only way up there would be dropping down. I'm fairly certain. One more try. I think there's any way to platform up to this. Fairly certain we're meant to use that to reach that crystal. As for how we get up there, can't seem to latch onto anything around me. Is there perhaps some movement tech that I'm not aware of? Or maybe I'm just too stupid. Can't imagine sliding down from there. That's way too high up. Likewise, I can't imagine sliding down from the other side, or how you'd even get there in the first place. Has to be this thing. But we can't climb on it. Can we? We can mantle. We'll test it over here. Oh, that was a bad jump. I bounced off the wall. This is unbearable for me. I'm doing something wrong. Certainly you're supposed to be able to get up there, yes? Can't imagine there's another way back. All against my better judgment. Guess I'll have to move on. There's no going back now. That is perilous. Over here? That's too steep of a drop. Can we or can we not climb on these? Doesn't seem like it. Well, I guess we could have slid down it. Oops. I'm having trouble mantling back up. Almost saved it. Oh. I seem to skip over the ledge a little bit. When you're falling too fast, you kind of bounce off the incline that you're sliding on. I see. That was too far to reach anyway. I suppose. Can we climb around this? We can. I'm going to have to jump, I think. Let's get as close as we can without fall damage. Oof, that was almost too low. Is there a death counter built into the game? I'm just wondering how many times I've gotten Lorn killed with my poor judgment. Can we climb this? Alright, that answers it. It wasn't that we can only climb flat surfaces. Rather, the problem from before was that there are only certain surfaces that we can climb, depending on the material. Specifically, this kind of wall. The gray one here. This one would be flat enough to climb, but we can't. And probably the metal that we were trying to latch onto when going after the crystal was the type of surface we can't climb onto. I'll have to make this kind of jump, climb up a bit, and jump over. Still don't know how I would have gotten that crystal though. Oh. Right. Can't climb up those. Gonna take a while to get that stuck in my head. Alright, and here would be the biome growth they were talking about, I think. We'll be heading up the largest pipe, I suppose. Or into the largest pipe. Turn off the fan controls. Or, rather, we have to turn off the fan controls first. I thought the fan controls would have been through the pipe, but this makes more sense. We'd have to make our way down, I guess. There we go. That's still too far down. I may have fucked myself here. Do we ever gain stamina on this? We do. That's interesting. There's gonna be something to that. With the platforming, I'm almost sure of it. Observer equipment that was installed to intercept the signal wires leading to the fan. Flashing button likely cuts power to it. And I guess our first use of the interact button. As for getting back up. How are we gonna do that? Maybe I'm underestimating how far we can climb up. It was that simple. Well, that explains where the draft came from. I thought it might be a natural draft, but looks like it was just the fans. The superstructure. Megastructure, I guess they called it. I heard that over there. See if we can get this without wasting too much time. We'll just have to platform up along that way. Or not. Can't climb up these. Well, I'm not giving up on it. Not yet. Perhaps on the other side. Huh, wall surf. I was beginning to suspect. Maybe I've already screwed myself out of it. Or not. Looks like we can wall surf around corners. Here we go. That's not climbable. I should have tested that out. You know, I was so certain. Maybe I've screwed myself out of it yet again. While I contemplate my failures, I guess this is as good a place as any to take a break.